Good morning, students. Today I will explain you chapter 4 Structure of Atom. Previously I already explained about atom and molecules in chapter 3. Now in this chapter I explain you about structure of atom. So students, as you know, atoms and molecules are the building blocks of matter. And the existence of different kinds of matter around us is due to the different types of atoms and molecules present in them. Students, for a long time it was thought that the atoms are indivisible, so they do not have an inner structure. But now we know that atoms are divisible and they do have an inner structure. Atoms have smaller particles in them, which are called subatomic particles. Atoms are made up of three subatomic particles. Which are they? They are electrons, protons, and neutrons. Okay. Electron has negative charge, proton has positive charge, whereas neutron has no charge. That's why it is called neutron. Protons and neutrons, they both are present in a small nucleus at the center of the atom. Almost the entire mass of the atom is in the nucleus. Why? Because the electrons which are outside the nucleus have very small mass. And due to the presence of protons, nucleus has positive charge. Okay. Now electrons. Electrons are outside the nucleus. The electrons in an atom revolve rapidly around the nucleus in fixed circular paths called energy levels or shells. Since an atom on the whole is electrically neutral, means having no overall positive or negative charge. Therefore, the number of electrons outside the nucleus is equal to the number of protons inside the nucleus. Atoms of all elements except hydrogen are made up of three subatomic particles, that is electron, protons and neutrons. Because hydrogen atom is made up of only one electron and one proton. So it does not contain any neutron. The atoms of different elements differ in the number of electrons, protons and neutrons. So student, we will now describe how electrons, protons and neutrons were discovered and put together to give the structure of atom. Now, charged particles in matter. For understanding the nature of charged particles in matter, let us carry out the following activities. Just see in this picture, if we rub a comb in dry hair, then this comb attracts small pieces of paper. Or if we rub a glass rod with a piece of silk cloth and bring it near an inflated balloon, then the glass rod attracts the balloons. We already know that an electrically charged object can attract an uncharged object. This means that on rubbing with dry hair, a comb gets an electric charge, and on rubbing with silk cloth, a glass rod also gets an electric charge. Now the question arises, where does this electric charge come from? Obviously, answer is from within the atoms present in the comb and the glass rod. So students, these simple experiments tells us that some charged particles are present in the atoms of matter. So the atom is divisible. Okay. Now, discovery of electron. The existence of electron in an atom was shown by J.J. Thomson in 1897. Thomson passed electricity at high voltage through a gas at very low pressure taken in a discharge tube. Streams of minute particles were given out by the cathode, means negative electron. And these streams of particles are called cathode rays because they come out of cathode. That's why it is called cathode rays. The mass and charge of the cathode ray particles does not depend on the nature of gas taken in the discharge tube. Cathode rays consist of small negatively charged particles called electrons. Since all the gases from cathode rays, it was concluded that all the atoms contain negatively charged particles called electrons. Okay. Thomson explained the formation of cathode rays as follows. The gas taken in the discharge tube consists of atoms, and all the atoms contain electrons. When high electrical voltage is applied, the electrical energy pushes out some of the electrons from the atoms of the gas. These fast moving electrons forms cathode rays. Thus, the formation of cathode rays shows that one of the subatomic particle present in all the atoms is the negatively charged electron. So we can now define an electron as follows. The electron is a negatively charged particle found in the atoms of all the elements. क्या होता है? इलेक्ट्रॉन एक नेगेटिवली चार्ज पार्टिकल्स होता है जो हर एलिमेंट्स के एटम्स में पाया जाता है. The electrons are located outside the nucleus in an atom. Only hydrogen atom contains one electron and rest of all other atoms contains more than one electron. An electron is usually represented by the symbol small e minus. Small e for electron and minus sign for negative charge. Clear? Come to the next topic, that is discovery of proton. The formation of cathode rays has shown that all the atoms contain negatively charged particles called electrons. Now, an atom is electrically neutral, so it must contain some positively charged particles to balance the negative charge of electrons. It has actually been found by experiments that all the atoms contain positively charged particles that is called protons. Okay. The existence of protons in the atoms was first shown by E. Goldstein. When Goldstein passed electricity at high voltage through a gas at very low pressure taken in a discharge tube, streams of heavy particles were given out by the anode. Anode means positive electrode. Okay. And these streams of particles are called anode rays. Anode rays consist of positively charged particles. The mass and charge of the anode ray particles depends on the nature of gas taken in the discharge tube. Different gases give different types of anode rays, which contain positively charged particles having different masses and different charges. Hydrogen gas is the lightest gas and hydrogen atom is the lightest atom. So, the positive particles obtained from hydrogen gas are the lightest and have the smallest charge. The anode rays obtained from hydrogen gas are made up of the same type of positive particles. And these particles are called protons. Thus, the anode rays obtained from hydrogen gas consist of protons. A proton is formed by the removal of an electron from a hydrogen atom. So, students, Goldstein explained the formation of protons as follows. Hydrogen gas consists of hydrogen atoms. Then high electrical voltage is applied to hydrogen gas and the electrical energy removes the electrons from the hydrogen atoms. After the removal of negatively charged electron from a hydrogen atom, then a positively charged particle called proton is formed. Okay. These fast moving protons form the anode rays. Students, please note that hydrogen atoms are the lightest of all atoms. So, hydrogen atoms form the lightest positively charged particles called protons. The heavier atoms of other gases form heavier positively charged particles which are made up of a number of protons held together. So, we can now define a proton that the proton is a positively charged particle found in the atoms of all the elements. The protons are located in the nucleus of an atom. Only hydrogen atom contains one proton in its nucleus. Atoms of all other elements contain more than one proton. A proton is usually represented by the symbol small plus. P for proton and plus sign for positive charge. Okay. Now, discovery of neutrons. After the discovery of protons and electrons, it was noticed that all the mass of an atom cannot be accounted for on the basis of only protons and electrons present in it. For example, a carbon atom contains 6 protons and 6 electrons. Now, the mass of electrons is so small that it can be ignored. So, the atomic mass of carbon should be only 6U, which is the mass of 6 protons. This, however, is wrong because the actual atomic mass of carbon is 12U. Then, how do we explain this extra mass of 6 units? So, this problem was solved by the discovery of another subatomic particle by James Chadwick in 1932. This particle is called neutron. So, the neutron is a neutral particle found in the nucleus of an atom. Again, I repeat that the neutron is a neutral particle found in the nucleus of an atom. So, atoms of all the elements contain neutrons, ordinary hydrogen atom, which does not contain any neutron. Thus, the subatomic particle not present in a hydrogen atom is neutron. A hydrogen atom contains only one proton and one electron. A neutron is represented by the symbol small n. Okay. Now, students, come to the classwork of chapter 4, Atom and its structure. Let's move to the question and answer. Question first. Name the 3 subatomic particles of an atom. The answer is electrons, protons and neutrons. These are the 3 subatomic particles of an atom. Now, question 2. Helium atom has an atomic mass of 4 unit and 2 protons in its nucleus. How many neutrons does it have? The answer is, we know that atomic mass is numerically equal to mass number of an atom. Since the helium atom has an atomic mass of 4 unit, therefore the mass number of helium atom will be 4. And the number of protons in the helium nucleus has been given to be 2. Now, mass number is equal to number of protons plus number of neutrons. And the given here it is mass number, that is 4. And number of protons, it is 2 plus number of neutrons. We have to find it number of neutrons. So 4 is equal to 2 plus number of neutrons. And number of neutrons is equal to 4 minus 2 is equal to 2. Thus, the helium atom has 2 neutrons. Students, formula के accordingly देखिए, just see in the formula, mass number is equal to number of protons plus number of neutrons. यहाँ पर आपको what is the given quantity, क्या क्या दे रखा है, mass number दे रखा है, that is 4, number of protons, that is 2, और हमें क्या निकालना है, number of neutrons. So, number of neutrons कितने हो गए, number of neutrons is equal to 4 minus 2 and the answer is 2. So, then helium atom has 2 neutrons. Okay. Now, come work. Let's move to the questions. Question first. What are canal rays? The answer is canal rays, or we can say anode rays, are streams of positively charged particles which move towards the negative electrode, means cathode, in a discharge tube. When high voltage electricity is passed through a gas at very low pressure taken in the discharge tube. Okay. Question second. If an atom contains 1 electron and 1 proton, will it carry any charge or not? The answer is no. The atom will not carry any electrical charge because the electron has one unit negative charge, whereas a proton has an equal and opposite 1 unit positive charge, due to which the net charge on the atom is 0. Okay.